Known as the covered bridge capital of Oregon, Cottage Grove is home to 6 of them, which makes this area a must-see destination for covered bridge aficionados.
Oregon is actually the first state in the country to introduce scenic bikeways, and Cottage Grove is lucky enough to have one of those first scenic bikeways in the state. There's about 12 right now, and ours is called the Covered Bridges Scenic Bikeway. And it's one of only 2 out of all the bikeways in the state that are considered family friendly, so that gives us an extra distinction with ours. The bulk of our bikeway is comprised of an old railroad bed that they converted through a Rails to Trails program. And that piece is called the Row River Trail, and so it's very gradual, not a lot of steep inclines. It's all paved for bicyclists or hikers, and there's very little interaction with traffic. There's only a few crossings, and it's one of the most beautiful places in the state to get on a bike and just go ride.
The Covered Bridge Scenic Bikeway, our local one here, has a route laid out that includes the Row River Trail, and it's 35.9 miles in length, and it goes out on the trail and goes around the lakes past covered bridges and through Covered Bridge and loops around in town here.
So what people are going to see on the trail is any number of things. They're going to be riding through beautiful canopies of trees, the foliage, and there's all kinds of wildflowers along the trail. There's several sections where you're riding right alongside Dorena Lake, and so you'll see people in fishing boats or people water skiing.
We have so many cycling opportunities here where there is either no traffic literally or very low traffic situations, so you don't have that concern about vehicles approaching you and so forth. And of course the covered bridges are just a phenomenal draw for our area as well. And then I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but I would just say that there's a friendliness of the people here and a small town atmosphere, and people who come here and visit really pick up on that and enjoy it a great deal.
However, if you're more of the driving type, no worries, as all bridges are also accessible by car.
So the first bridge is actually right in the center of town next to City Hall, and that's the Centennial Bridge. And then just a couple of blocks away from that is the Chambers Covered Railroad Bridge. And then the others are just a very beautiful, 5 to 10 minutes between each bridge, and we've got what we call the Covered Bridges Scenic Byway. And you can drive it and get out and walk around. You can drive through a couple of them. They're just absolutely beautiful.
Cottage Grove can be an ideal place to start your Oregon wine country tour, as it's located in the southern part of the Willamette Valley AVA. This particular AVA stretches from the Columbia River in the north to just south of Eugene in the south, the place where Saginaw Vineyard is actually located.
We're just about a half mile off I-5, so you take our exit and you come here, and the first thing that you're going to see, you're going to pull into our big red barn, and this barn was built in 1900. Barn is over 115 years old, and inside it's very quaint. We offer complimentary wine tasting to all of our guests. We have about 11 different varietals of wine right now. We do some dry wines, some semi-sweet wines. We also have some really good dessert wines. We have our red raspberry and our blueberry wines available. We also do live music every single Friday night from 6 to 9. We have all local musicians that come and play. The vineyard here is open 7 days a week. We stay open from 11 to 6, and right now all of our berries are ripe. So we have our fresh, you pick blueberries and marionberries.
While in Cottage Grove, you can continue your wine tasting experience with a stop at Iris Vineyard, a distinctively unique place.
One thing that we really enjoy at Iris Vineyards and Chalice Vineyard in particular is the very contemplative approach to the wine tasting experience. And our winery is located at the top of Chalice Vineyard and gives you this pretty impressive view of the top of Lorraine Mountain. What you'll see when witnessing and experiencing Iris Vineyard / Chalice Vineyard is an opportunity to taste some exquisite wines, some world-class wines in that idealistic or contemplative setting, so you can really just enjoy the moment, enjoy the experience, and get removed from the busier portion of the North Willamette Valley.
So, as you can see, Cottage Grove is an amazing Oregon destination that has many cultural, outdoor, and recreational opportunities to offer.